You know, back before I was a Muslim, everything that I saw was anti-Muslim. Everything was how it's anti-woman, anti-caring for other people, especially non-Muslims. I thought that they all did not want me alive. And so many cultural practices got wrapped underneath the umbrella of Islam that did not belong there. One thing being honor unalivings, which are absolutely evil and sick and have no place in Islam. So when I look at this as a non-Muslim, I say, wow, I want nothing to do with that. But then, years later, alhamdulillah, when I start reading the Quran for myself and seeing how all of that was baseless and just essentially propaganda that had nothing to do with Islam itself, I thought, wow, how have I been misguided all these years? Then a couple years later, I started making videos on TikTok talking about world issues and then how I became a Muslim and that journey itself. And all of you guys came out of the woodwork. Because you guys are very, oh, alhamdulillah, you came to Islam, brother. But then when you start talking about actual Islam, like treating women properly, actually protecting them, caring for them, treating them well, then you guys are like, oh, no, ew, this kafir. It's funny how easy it is to flip that switch with you people where you want to educate everyone on Islam, but can't follow the basic fundamentals that it tells you about. And then I have you guys come in my comments saying, what about men's rights? As though you don't have a million other options or hundreds of years of history to do that for you. Many of you neglect to remember that women were treated horribly before Islam came to be. Women were treated as property. Babies were unalived because of their gender. There's an entire surah talking about women's rights in Islam. And then you guys are like, well, but what about men's rights, though? Men have literally been babied since the inception of time. Adam alayhi salam couldn't even live by himself. He had to have a woman beside him. So I'm sorry, I'm not up here telling women that they need to be obedient and beckon to your every freaking call for every little thing that you request because you feel like, oh, I finally have power in one aspect of my pathetic life. I would much rather tell you to be a man that she respects and would happily do whatever you're asking her for because you're not unreasonably asking her for those things so that inshallah we can all go to Jannah because we're all practicing Islam as we should and not treating it as some vehicle to get what we want out of our spouse. You don't have a right to a wife in Islam. That is a blessing and it is a garment for you. And if you do not take care of that garment, you will be punished for it.